welcome to Music as a Day Job. I'm your host, Sean, and this is put on by the Concert app, and I'm also the CEO of the Concert app. The Concert app is an artist accelerator. It takes artists from opener to headliner to on tour and gives the fan the best experience in independent live music. You already know what time it is. So, today, I hate to bring this topic up, but I want to talk about the three worst things that affect artists, which I always see like the commonality of these to stop them from being successful. I can't say, I would say this also would make sense in the music industry, like if you get big or something like that and you're on a record label. But I know for sure as a successful independent artist, these are the three worst things. And the three worst things are these things. And they go in order because it usually happens like in this order. Laziness, entitlement, and egos. So now the laziness piece starts. I always say that you find artists that they just want to make music. And it isn't that they just want to make music. Like, yeah, you do have people that just want to make music, but a lot of people who want to make music want to figure out a way to make it profitable. But the laziness comes in the space of in two spaces actually. It comes in some people that just don't want to make enough music and don't want to make enough content to present their music. So that laziness attack happens. Like that's the first person that just like it just you probably will never ever see. Like they're not going to do any of the music, but then at least for the people they're going to do the music, that are going to put in some artwork, going to make it happen. Laziness hits when it goes to doing the business side. And it's some of the most disappointed things I've seen is like you'll see a kid that has amazing talent and then they just won't do anything else. Like they won't like it's kind of like this. If you had to sell a ticket to a show, they won't do it. And it has nothing really to do with the idea of how much they make off the ticket or anything like that. Because even if you sold 300 tickets and got $2-3 a ticket, you're making like $60 or $90, which is not going to budge anything really. The gist of it is just that they are not going to do the work. And so you see this out the gate and it's just pure laziness. Like the not coming to the show on time, all this like it's just this like lazy thing that happens and I don't get it. Like maybe it's just I don't know what it comes from, but that's the first killer of success is that I won't get up and do more than do at least what I'm expected to do. And I feel that ruins tons of careers dead out the gate. And I hear it just like right out the gate. Someone just say something and it's just like, ooh, like this kid's talented, but they're not going to do anything else. And see, the thing that sucks for them is if they don't know anybody or there isn't a bunch of money to be put up for them, then it's no way they're getting even to the label. Because now you either have to, if you are lazy, you either have to have the connection to money to get you to that point, or you have to have the connection to the person that can put you on. So then what happens is you catch the entitlement people. And now the entitlement people are people who've created this false narrative of what they actually see themselves worth versus what reality sees them as worth. And now what I tell artists all the time is your worth of like, for instance, like doing shows, for instance, is based off of how many people want to come see you. And me personally, like people can feel how they want to feel. I don't even think how many people want to listen to you is really the tell of your worth because someone can make a funny song today and get 1 million views right now. And that doesn't mean people want to hear you. They just want to hear that piece of something and it was just funny enough to become viral. So then that didn't mean they'll consistently listen to you. That just means they'll listen to you once. So I always say that entitlement of they'll be like, oh, like a person will be like, well, I deserve to get paid when I perform. Well, how many people come out when you perform? And they don't even know that answer. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have a track record of what this, how can anyone even make an idea of saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're good enough to, like, for instance, like, if I'm a venue or I'm a promoter or anything like that, I need to know what this track record looks like to make sense for me to invest into this product. So people just want to be like, yo, just because I made some songs, you know what I'm saying? It's worth this much. I should get paid right when I come out. I only come out. Like, crazy thing is, I hear people like this. This is how crazy this is that the entitlement becomes. I've been in the game for 15 years. There's shows that I've made $10,000 just for one show. 10, maybe even more. I think there's a couple that, yeah, there's a couple that had sponsors behind them that we made $15,000 in one show. And now I will still, for opportunity, in different opportunities, I will still perform for free. Like, and even maybe there's been some even at my level that I've been willing to sell tickets for that it didn't turn out that way because the promoter was like, they found out who I was and then they did whatever. But and see, I have a track record, so then I've sold out places and my resume looks the way it looks, and I still don't say stuff like that. I hear artists say every day, well, you know, I only perform if I get paid. Like, let me see a track record. Like, I need to at least see a picture. Like, I need to see something, because this is like, this level of entitlement is like the crazy, and it just ruins people's careers. Like, I watch venues just X people out. Like, be like, oh, they can't perform here anymore because they talk like that. And I watch promoters X people out because of it. And it's like, yikes, because the thing is, it's only so many places to perform and so many people to perform for. You know what I'm saying? So outside of like being in a concert app and being able to move how you want to move, like, if this doesn't exist, then you only have so many promoters and so many venues that are going to directly contact you and try to get you to perform. So then it's like, I don't know where that entitlement level comes unless you have a resume. You know what I'm saying? A resume that says it's worth this much, because then it's kind of like, if I'm like, look at it this way. If I'm a store and I want a product, I want to put a product in my store. The reason I'm putting a product in my store and on my platform is because I know this many people want to purchase this product. That's why Walmart puts new products inside, because they start understanding like who the demographic is and how many people want to purchase it. So then, to people who are musicians, the idea is to be, hey, how many people want to purchase this product and see this product? How many people want to see this person do this? If there is no track record and a consistent track record that exists, then how can anyone ever make that judgment? So then you have to build a track record. And that's what we do bring with concert, is you can build that track record up so it can look a certain way. And then you can get bigger shows and get paid for this and get this, because then it's easy for you to go, like, whether you started at 0, whether you started at 20, whether you start 100, at some point it has to be documented. And it has to be like, this kid did this at this place. This person did this at this place. And then you can kind of move up and get to the place where you can make money, or where you can, you know what I'm saying, like, do bigger shows or whatnot. Um, then the next level of this is, after the entitlement level, like, is, here's the worst one that I well, actually isn't the worst one, because laziness is like, that probably irks me the most. The one that becomes the the rough one is the ego. And I watch this, like, this is the one thing I've watched kids go on tour with me and then never do a show again, because what happens is the ego ends up taking over, and the ego makes them believe something that isn't the full truth. So, like, for instance, I watched the artist the other day, did amazing. Did, I think they did a couple shows. They got to a point of being a headliner. They did their thing, everything like that, and then they got a big show offered to them, a national show. And they got onto the national show, and it was like, so even like their show, at their headliner, it was probably like 200 people there or something like that. And then they got onto a national show that was like 2,000 people. And then the ego becomes like, these are the only shows I do. And it's like, hey, if that wasn't your crowd, though. You see what I'm saying? The 2,000 people came for that headliner, and it came for that national. And then now because you feel some type of way that you rock that crowd, it's like, oh, well, all my shows got to look like this. That's when the ego gets crazy, because that it's not going to look like that no matter who you are. Like, I've heard stories of when I think E40 and them brought Biggie out to the West Coast when Biggie was popping, and it was only 20 people in the crowd. Like, I've heard and I've seen exact situations of big artists come to some of these venues and no one be there. So, like, just to have that ego get to that point, like, I know dudes, it's just like, man, I ain't coming off the couch unless it's like da 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 da. That's crazy. That's crazy to me, because see, the thing is, yes, there are some shows I'm not willing to do at my position, at where I'm at in life. However, it's based off of documented like documented situations of why I wouldn't do it. But still, there's still tons of things I'm willing to do. Like, and there's like you don't get paid to do Summer Jam. Like, the bigger artists sometimes do. Yeah, once you get to a certain level, you do get a payment for it, which I don't know how much I should talk about that, but you can get a payment once you've done it a couple times, whatever. But it's like, majority you're not. So, and then there's some shows that you're doing, and like you're doing these shows, and it's like you're doing them for like some type of leverage that you need. Like, if I go to another city, I'm going to rock. Like, I just did it. And see, the thing is it wasn't even about like my career, but it's about building the community. So I went and rocked in Grand Junction with the homies, because I know they're building what they're building. And then, so if we come together, and then I can rock, and then you can come rock for me or whatever, like that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, it makes the opportunity make sense. So then some people miss these opportunities just based on these three things. Like, and you don't know what the opportunity is. And I'd have to see, like, the piece that makes me go like, yeah, this person is going to ruin their career, is if they throw away tons of opportunities and I don't see a lot of opportunities on their pages. Because if you're getting tons of opportunities and you're popping like that, then I would see it. And if it's not there, then if you're missing all these opportunities, then I go like, well, are they an actual artist? Because they're letting all these things slide, and they have all these like ideas of what it should be, and it's not that. So don't let these things get in your way, and pay attention to when these things pop up in your life, because it's like everyone has them happen. Like, you find yourself feeling all three of these, but like, just understand where you're going, so you don't miss those opportunities that could actually take you to the next level, or mess up those like those connections that could take you to the next level. So, once again, this is Music as a Day Job. It's sponsored by the Concert app. The Concert app is now on Android also, so it's on iOS and Android. So it's in Google Play now. You know what I'm saying? So you can get it if you have any phone right now. Also, we are in 3 states now. So we're in Colorado, of course. Then we're in Utah, and this month we will be opening up in Arizona. So we're already in those three. So artists in those 3 areas, start looking for shows to pop up and start getting it popping. Make sure you start telling everybody. And then, of course, if you are in a state that we are not in right now, make sure you start telling everybody about the Concert app, so we can get out there. The more artists we have in these areas, the quicker we're able to go in there. And because of that demand, we're able to go in there and start building something in those areas. We can start getting it popping, getting those venues, and start moving. So then do that. On the other end, if you do have any connections to any venues that you want to slide by, or anything like that you think we should start talking to, and you might have a connection to it, send those our way and let me know, and then we can get it popping from there. So that's what it is. Make sure you go download the Concert app. This has been Music as a Day Job. I'm Sean, your host. Yeah.